bass keeps running, running and 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 running, running. In this context, there's no disrespect, so when I bust my rhyme, you might connect. You got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm of that. So use it in a vision, follow your intuition, bring your inner soul and break away from tradition. That's what we be out, girl, it's when they out. You wouldn't believe how we wild it. Till it's burned out, turn it till it's burned out. Act up, northwest, east, y'all. Everybody, everybody, get into it, get stupid, get started, get started, get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Lose control of body and soul. Don't move too fast, people just take it slow. Don't get ahead, just jump to it. Y'all hear about it? So be it. Get started, get started. Don't worry about it, people will walk you through it. Step by step, like an introduction. It's my touch with a new solution. Basic hits with no delusion. The feeling is irresistible and that's how we move it. Yo, everybody, everybody, get to it, get stupid, get started, get started, get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, come on. Come on, y'all. Let's get Everybody, everybody, let's get into it, get stupid, get started, get started, get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Oh, let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah.
Well, good evening and welcome. I'm Mark Viviano, taking a break from sportscasting here at WJZ to introduce to you the true all-stars and the heroes and the inspirational stories that we have for you here tonight. Speaking of that, let's hear it again for Noah and the Rainmakers from Baltimore. You know, I was at the gala last year and was mesmerized by Noah and his musical ability. It was so great to meet him. I shared video of him on social media, and it's so great to see you again, Noah. Way to go. Yeah, I'm honored to be here with you for this 36th annual CCF Gala. This is our inaugural virtual gala, obviously, and let's hope it's our last. I mean, everybody's making adjustments. This is our adjustments. It's all for a good cause. And through some unprecedented and challenging times, and despite many setbacks, CCF is grateful to present the Research Awards and Program Awards, as well as to present the 2020 Hero and Fighter Awards tonight. So we're all here together for audience participation. We need you. You are the backbone to making all of these miracles come true, and that means your donations, of course. So the silent auction closes at 9 o'clock. You can bid on some incredible items, and you can view the items scrolling at the bottom of this page or by clicking the View items button on your right, and be sure to click on the register button if you choose to make a bid on an item. Now also, throughout the evening, you can make a direct donation to CCF. Just click on the Donate Now button on the right, or you may not even have to do that. Take out your phone so you don't have to mess up your computer screen there, and text CCF to 22454. Again, that's CCF to 22454, and you'll get a link and you can make your donation. All right, a lot in store for you here tonight. We're going to meet some amazing young survivors and their families, always the best part of the night. We're going to meet our fighter and hero honorees as well, and we're going to meet our 2020 grant honorees. All amazing people, great stories, all part of a wonderful evening. So grab your snack and enjoy what we hope is an inspiring evening. We come together here tonight as much as we can be together, and virtual is the way right now. So we're together, and we're fighting pediatric cancer. And I want to introduce you now to CCF's chairman of the board, Jerry Chadwick, and CCF president, Tasha Muselis.
Thank you, Mark. We are grateful for your support and continued participation in our 36th annual gala, albeit a virtual gala. On behalf of the board of directors and staff of the Children's Cancer Foundation, I extend my personal appreciation to all of our supporters. This year was particularly challenging, thanks to the generosity of grants, loans, a generous foundation, and a tremendous local grocer. CCF was able to sustain itself and stay true to our mission and present grants this year. This is a huge accomplishment. Thanks, in large part, to the generosity of the Collard Foundation, CCF was able to survive when all of our spring and summer events could not take place. I also extend our appreciation to all of our gala supporters and those who committed to supporting CCF early on in the pandemic. In 2020, CCF relied on the generosity of Giant Food and their shoppers. Thank you. I also want to thank the food industry, who has supported CCF since our founding in 1983. Thank you for having our backs and enabling life-saving research to continue. I want to thank the dedicated CCF staff for their tireless work in making this wonderful event possible. Thank you, Roseanne Verrilli, Lauren Lasher, and Tasha Muselis. Tasha has a few words.
Thank you, Jerry. If you are joining us for the first time, allow me a minute to tell you about who we are. Over 35 years ago, Shirley Howard discovered no child-friendly space, no child-size equipment, or patient rooms for kids being diagnosed and treated for cancer. This experience began a one-woman mission, at first to quite literally change the face of local hospitals, initially in Baltimore and then in D.C. This effort led to the birth of the Children's Cancer Foundation. Shirley raised dollars tirelessly, at first through the generosity of the local food industry. Along the way, she met researchers who could not always identify necessary funding to advance their research. And by the mid-1980s, CCF became a nonprofit that not just funded the spaces that treated children, but funded young researchers who would identify better treatments and eventually cures for pediatric cancer. Funding research can change the outcome of a young child with cancer. Pediatric cancer does not discriminate. Surviving pediatric cancer can mean a child missing school, enduring painful treatments, and living with lifelong side effects. Losing a child to cancer is not in anyone's plan. For too many families, that is their reality. CCF has the honor of knowing local families that are part of this community, a community no one wants to join. Some of these fighters, including Jake Offit, John Eric Bartels, Juliana Carver, and Ava Daniels, are the spirits who motivate me to do what I do every day. Their legacies guide our efforts. Cancer is ugly. Cancer is brutal. Cancer survivors are heroes. Please meet a remarkable hero, Vanessa Bishop, who was diagnosed with a brain tumor at age 20 when she was a junior at West Virginia University. Cancer was not in her plan. It should not be in anyone's plan.
Hi everyone! Thank you so much for including me in this year's event. My name is Vanessa Bishop, and I was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, which is a pediatric brain tumor, when I was 20 years young. So I'm a 3-time brain cancer survivor, and surgery made me disabled. I am now 25, and I finally graduated from West Virginia University in December. Finally, after 7 long, relentless, very tiring, very scary years. Thanks to advances in research, there are much better treatments. Thanks to those advances in research, I survived. Also thanks to God and my friends and family that supported me, and doctors and physicians such as Dr. Koch, I survived. But not everyone survives. Not everyone is this fortunate. And I'm gonna cry. We have to do better. We have to continuously strive to do better. And we are so grateful for any amounts, any donation that you are able and willing to give. Thank you so much for your support and including me on this great event. Thank you.
Survivors like Vanessa deserve a healthy future. The dollars we raise tonight and throughout the year are invested in research, programs, and facilities that directly impact patients like Vanessa. Without your support, survivorship would not be possible. With your support, we can be the reason a child or a young adult with cancer lives. For most of us, 2020 has been a challenge. We have all adjusted in ways we could not imagine. Yet cancer has not stopped during the pandemic, and neither will we. CCF was not able to fundraise through traditional means, resulting in far fewer dollars to invest in research this year. Grants distributed tonight directly fund research and programs that desperately need funding today. But this year, CCF is funding about half of the research we traditionally do, which could impact the survival of a newly diagnosed patient. With your generosity tonight, we hope to raise $100,000 in additional dollars, which will enable CCF to fund another researcher and critical programming. Too many patients are depending on that next treatment and cure. Your dollars advance research and extend lives. I am honored to introduce you to another survivor, Noah Kabia. Please meet Noah and his dad, Ray.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ray Kabia. This is Noah. We are also formally known as 2/3 of the band Noah and the Rainmakers. And Noah has been beating these drums since he was a little kid. And over the last 4 years, actually in January of 2016, Noah was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It was a very, very challenging time. But in that course of time, Noah has been beating that cancer just like he beats these drums. And we are so very thankful for organizations like the Children's Cancer Foundation and just the support that has been provided so that we can share in this joy here today with you all. So thank you for having us. Have a great evening.
with the skeptics, that's when the confidence in my eyes. I'm taking all the angles, cause it's tangled. I start to compromise. I always feel my bird, it's crazy how I work it. Am I gonna turn out fine? Oh, turn out fine. Fine. Oh, turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, I know it's hard to remember sometimes. Gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, rainbows after rain, the sun always comes again. Circle, clean, around again. I said, rainbows after rain, they'll always come again. Circle, clean, around again. Gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remember sometimes. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you got your head up. Hey, keep your head up.
Again, another reminder, we're here to raise funds as we honor these amazing folks and tell their stories. Remember to register and place your bids no later than 9 p.m. That's 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, in case you're watching us worldwide, which I know some of you are. That's one way to donate, through the silent auction bidding. Also, you can donate directly to CCF. Donate now. The button is on the right of your screen, or just grab your phone and you can text capital C, capital F to the number 22454 and make your donation through the link that they provide you. All right, now for the past 6 years, CCF has sought to recognize the incredible individuals and organizations making a profound impact in the battle against children's cancer. We have been humbled and we have been awed by the hard work and determination of these folks. The awardees this year are no exception, and I can say I had an opportunity to meet some of these folks last year. We want to present the 2020 CCF Hero Award to the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. And accepting this award tonight is Fire Chief Tricia Wolford. Last year, thanks to the efforts of Lieutenant Dreama Jester and Yulia Brown, and Lieutenant Brad Schriefer, and firefighter Phil Hunt. It took an army. It took a lot of them. They raised nearly $24,000 for CCF. And CCF is humbled and honored to present Chief Wolford and the Anne Arundel County Fire Department with this meaningful award.
On behalf of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department, we proudly accept this award. I'd like to specifically thank Lieutenant Dreama Jester and Lieutenant Yulia Brown for all of their hard work going into our September event of the Fired Up for Childhood Cancer. So thank you. We are proud to accept this award.
Also honored tonight to present the CCF Fighter Award to Savile Food Corporation, which is the largest family-owned independent broadline food service distributor locally headquartered for 25 years now. You talk about a teammate. Savile Foods has supported CCF and contributed more than $285,000 to support vital research and programs. And most recently, Savile Foods responded to the pandemic and provided food to some of the most vulnerable populations around Baltimore. CCF is proud to call Savile Foods a partner. And in recognition of their dedication to both CCF and the community, CCF is honored to extend the 2020 Fighter Award to our longtime partner in the fight against childhood cancer, Savile Foods Corporation. We now share with you the journey of Madeleine Smith and the effort that went into diagnosing her very rare cancer.
Hi, my name is Sarah Smith. My daughter Madeleine was diagnosed with cancer when she was 4. She was diagnosed with an extrarenal rhabdoid tumor, which is very rare, very aggressive. And we were told she only had like a 40% survival rate. Of course, she had no idea, and she was only 4, didn't really know what was happening. But that year of her chemo treatment, I mean, it was hard. But you have to be strong because it's your child and you're the one that they look to. I wanted Madeleine to live life to the fullest. We didn't know how it was going to end. I mean, you hope and you pray that your child's going to survive, you're going to make it. They're going to make it. It's been 3 years cancer-free, and we celebrate every day.
This is why we do what we do. A 40% survival rate is not acceptable for any parent. There even remains a pediatric cancer that less than 1% even survive the 5 years after diagnosis. Investing in research and programs to ensure treatments are available and advancing for patients like Madeleine is why CCF tries to ensure options are available for all patients. Before I share the recipients of the research awards, we must thank our chair of the CCF Scientific Advisory Board, Dr. Jeffrey Toretsky, Chief of MedStar Georgetown University Hospital's Division of Pediatric Hematology and Oncology. This year, Dr. Toretsky assembled an independent team of leading oncology researchers to review this year's grant proposals. Their recommendations enable CCF to identify the leaders investigating promising new ideas.
We were able to get support from CCF at a time when we weren't getting money from anywhere else to basically try out these different ideas and explore a totally new space in biology that was really, really novel at the time. And that led to the first drug to directly target EWS fly in Ewing sarcoma. And if it wasn't for those 5 years or so of CCF support, we absolutely never would have got there, not to mention all of the other downstream support to the research that we did that came as a result of that. So both from the standpoint of getting to a clinical trial, which we are now, and from the standpoint of spawning a lot of other interesting research to ask questions about even other ways of targeting Ewing sarcoma would have never happened without that seed money from CCF over those 5 years.
Tonight, the Children's Cancer Foundation will be presenting grants in the amount of $500,000. Since 1983, the Children's Cancer Foundation has awarded grants totaling more than $40 million. 7 years ago, CCF and Giant Food created a special grant award to encourage young physician scientists to pursue their passion for saving children's lives. With declining research dollars directed to pediatric cancers, it has become vitally important to support the next generation of researchers to find the cures for these diseases. We are grateful that Giant Food recognized this important need and helped us create the CCF Giant Food Next Gen Award. We are pleased to present Dr. Russell Sunbee from the National Cancer Institute with the 2020 Giant Food Next Gen Award in the amount of $100,000 for his research in improving early detection of malignant peripheral nerve sheath tumors. We present Dr. Yong Yin Kim, also from the National Cancer Institute, with a grant of $60,000 for his research in genetic targeting of rhabdomyosarcoma. Since 2016, CCF has recognized a researcher who studies rhabdomyosarcoma in loving memory of Juliana Carver. It is our honor to present this award to Dr. Kim with a love and passion from Juliana, who motivates us every day. We are proud to focus research on rhabdomyosarcoma and proud of our partnership with this inspirational young woman. We look forward to important outcomes from this critical research. Grants given to the National Cancer Institute to date total over $2.5 million. CCF is proud to have a long history with Johns Hopkins that dates back to the beginning of our foundation. Since our inception, the Children's Cancer Foundation has awarded, including this evening's grants, over $18 million to the Johns Hopkins Hospital. We present Dr. Christine Pratilis and Dr. Nicholas Yosa a grant of $60,000 for their research in identifying immunotherapies to fight malignant peripheral nerve sheath tumors.
John Eric was born on June 18th, 2006. He was 2 months early, and he was the perfect Father's Day present. Life was wonderful for the first year of his life. When he turned 14 months old on September 7th, 2007, we heard the words no parent should ever have to hear: your child has cancer. It was devastating, and it took us like you would never believe. It blew the wind out of us. For 9 months, John Eric went through blood transfusions, many hospital stays, chemo rounds, surgeries, stem cell harvest, bone marrow transplant, many different scans, being injected with radioactive material for scans to see if he would light up, to see if the cancer was still there or not. On around about April the 6th, we got to take him to Walt Disney World because we had just found out that he was terminal. He was alive and with us for 5 more weeks. Those were the best 5 weeks we ever had, and I hope I put a smile on his wonderful little face. When John Eric first was diagnosed, he lost his voice, and I swore as long as there was breath in my lungs that I would be his voice. This is why it is so imperative and so meaningful to me that we have to keep the research, find the fundings for research so that no parent ever has to hear your child has cancer again.
Today, 43 children just learned that they have cancer. Cancer is the #1 cause of death by disease in children. Surviving cancer comes with a cost. 2/3 of all survivors will experience one or more late effect from their disease and/or treatment. Pediatric cancers receive just 4% of the overall federal budget for cancer research.
We present to Children's National a grant in the amount of $10,000 towards the exercise program for ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia patients. And we present Dr. Hema Dave with a grant of $60,000 for her research in Hodgkin lymphoma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and Dr. Brian Rood a grant for $60,000 for his research in medulloblastoma. Total grants given to the Children's National Health System to date total over $6 million. In the summer of 2014, the first ever Shirley's Kids Children's Inn Respite Weekend was launched. The weekend was created to offer a treatment-free and fun weekend for children and their families who are residents at the Children's Inn. We are proud to present the Children's Inn with a grant of $5,000 to fund another Shirley's Kids Respite Weekend in 2021. Additionally, CCF is awarding $25,000 to the Children's Inn for a family support group. We are especially proud of our history with the Children's Inn, with grants to date totaling over $2 million. We are pleased to present an award of $20,000 for the Adolescent and Young Adult Support Group program at Sinai Hospital. Shirley Howard, CCF's founder, had a special place in her heart for Sinai Hospital and the pediatric oncology unit that was named for her. She would be most proud of this continuing partnership. To date, over $1 million has been granted to Sinai Hospital.
My name is Emma. When I was 8 months old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I'm now 11 years old, and I love to hang out with my friends and play field hockey. I'm now 9 years cancer-free, and thank you for supporting CCF. My name is Mackenzie. I have a big sister. I have had cancer when she was a baby. And thank you for donating money so she can get better.
We are pleased to present Horizon Day Camp with a grant of $10,000. This will provide funding for 2 children to attend the camp during the summer of 2021.
I'm Mark McElrath, Executive Director for Horizon Day Camp. For the past 3 years, we've received funding from the Children's Cancer Foundation. This support has enabled 12 campers to attend our full summer day camp at no cost to the family. Your support means that a child facing cancer can enjoy a summer without worry about cost or transportation. This is a gift. This allows kids to be kids and families to be families at a time when they need it most. We're proud to partner with the Children's Cancer Foundation. Thank you for this generous grant.
This is the 3rd grant CCF has awarded to Horizon Day Camp for a total of $60,000 since 2018. We are pleased to present Hope Cam with a 2nd grant of $10,000. This will provide funding for technology in the classrooms, designed specifically for kids undergoing treatment in our area to remain in school using special technology. We are pleased to present for the first time a grant in the amount of $5,000 to the Claire Marie Foundation to support a screening event growing Maryland's reputation as a progressive leader in pediatric cancer prevention. The Claire Marie Foundation is dedicated to fighting against adolescent and young adult melanoma through awareness, education, and prevention. We are pleased to present the Kennedy Krieger Institute a grant in the amount of $10,000 to help provide for a school liaison to assist children returning to school following cancer treatment. We are pleased to award a grant in the amount of $5,000 to Georgetown's Happily Hungry program, a nutritional program created to improve survivor outcomes. Additionally, we present Dr. Aikut Urin a grant in the amount of $60,000 for his continued research in Ewing sarcoma. Grants given to Georgetown Lombardi to date total over $5 billion.
It's something that you can either let hinder you or work towards getting better and becoming better and adjusting well. My care team definitely made it so that even though I had a block shot in life, they were dedicated to getting my rebound and giving me another opportunity to make that basket and giving me another shot at life. So I appreciate everyone here for your research and for the different chemos and those 4 rounds that were and have transformed my life and put me in a position to speak to the people who make it possible to even give me a second chance at life. I appreciate all your work.
And if we ever needed a reason to confirm that investing in pediatric cancer research is critical, meet another amazing family, the Urkelas.
We expected a lot of medical issues with William because he was born a little extra in every way. He has Down syndrome.
So if you deploy like every year, you're bound to hit some of these life events. That happened with both of our children. So with William, I was overseas when he got sick and nobody could really figure out what's going on with him. And he was 2 at the time.
Hey, hi! How big is? It's huge. Hey. You see Dr. Brown? Brown, yeah, say hi, Dr. Brown.
It's always a huge challenge for us whenever a patient's diagnosed with leukemia. It's a much bigger challenge for the family, obviously. But with the Down syndrome patients, they really struggle with some side effects of chemotherapies. You know, with research, we've been able to figure out that certain chemotherapy drugs work really well for Down syndrome kids like William, and are able to get them through it.
And then we thought, oh, okay, we got this and we have a treatment plan, and then boom, okay, we're done with childhood cancer. Went through a year-long course and then moved again, and then we're ready to rebalance and start life.
So So my husband was gone. He was overseas in Iraq. And it was a Thursday that school was out. I will never forget. It was the only Thursday school was out. And my son came to me and said, "Mom, my head hurts." And he looked at me funny and just fell backward. 2 hours later, we had a bunch of white coats come in and say, "Your son didn't hit his head. It very well could be a tumor. We need to fly you to Johns Hopkins."
We now know at a genetic level what drives that leukemia, what makes that happen. We know what drugs work and what drugs don't. And we're moving towards a world where we can harness the power of our patient's own immune system to fight their leukemias, so that we can get away from the chemotherapy drugs that cause so many short and long-term side effects.
When you see the statistical changes, you see the childhood cancer mortality rates dropping, actually cancer across the board, and you know that there's a whole community of people doing research, a lot of medical science that's going into that. I'm very appreciative of all the efforts that are out there, and I think it's important to latch on to that little piece of hope that can come from that.
A lot of times people think after treatment that everything will just get better and that it's over, but what we're finding is the chemotherapy and treatments were designed for adults. They weren't designed for children. And so a lot of the things that last are really quite concerning.
Just incredible, and it's another reminder of why we do this. And for all of you who are able, please continue with your donations and donate right now from this page where you can donate now. There's a button there. Or also, as we've been telling you, you can donate right there on your phone with a text. Text CCF to the number 22454 right there on your phone. It's that simple. And all donations are 100% tax deductible. They will be invested into critical research and programs. And for the silent auction, of course, hit the View Items button. See those auction items that are available. Make sure you are registered. If you're not, you can register and place your bids. Donating to cancer research is going to make a difference in the lives of children who are fighting cancer right now, and of course, for generations to come. Congratulations to all of the awardees tonight, and we enthusiastically want to thank Giant Food. They are truly a giant in the efforts of CCF. Their 2020 pediatric cancer fundraising campaign raised over $2 million in just 5 weeks. 100% of all donations from the Giant Food shoppers support both CCF and Johns Hopkins. Now, in the words of Giant President Ira Kress, and I'll read his words here for you, our associates made a difference in our community, and our amazing customers are incredibly generous in their support. I am humbled by the collective efforts, which set a record, raising over $2 million in just 5 weeks. We are excited to contribute $615,000 to CCF to ensure vital research continues. Here to present the Giant Food donation tonight is Terry McGowan, CCF board member and Director of Quality Assurance with Giant Food.
On behalf of Giant Food President Ira Kress, our customers, and our over 20,000 hardworking associates in our stores, distribution center, e-commerce facility, and corporate office, we're happy to present a check for $615,000 to the Children's Cancer Foundation.
We extend our most sincere congratulations to all the awardees here tonight, and thank you to all of this evening's sponsors, researchers, clinicians, families, everyone who makes this possible. That includes all of you out there who are making your donations, because together we can make a difference. The auction remains open till 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember that. And a sincere thank you for joining us for this CCF Virtual Gala. And we do hope to see you next year in person. Thank you so much, and have a great night. And enjoy the great sounds of Noah and the Rainmakers. And get up and dance. No one can see you. I can't see you. Have fun. Celebrate the joy that CCF brings to these families and the work that these researchers do. Get up and dance. Noah, you play. We'll enjoy it. Have a great night.